Hey, it's your boy Hood, Pastor Full Impact Ministries, the social media ministry that bring gut-wrenching truth about God's true nature towards us. Say it, it's your motto, man, through the scriptures. Today I want to present a message to us that is going to really challenge our theology on our Christian walk. Because there's a lot of things that we do in our Christian walk that are really inconsistent with the scriptures. And I want to just bring an enlightenment and bring it to whereas now we have to make a decision. Make a decision. See, the way you conduct yourself in your Christian walk is going to be the way that you relate to people. And maybe this is why many people don't come to Christ now, because of the way that many have been taught in Christianity. See, the doctrine that you receive is going to be the doctrine that you live by. So let's bring some clarity to everything. Let's bring some truth to it through the scriptures. So I'm going to talk about the Three Tabernacles. The Three Tabernacles. And I want you, when you check this out, I want you to see, while I'm reading it, I want you to see which tabernacle are you living in. And there's only one that we really need to be living in. I want to begin at the Gospel of Luke chapter 9. And this is when Jesus fed the 5,000 and he told them to sit them down in 50s in ranks of 50s. And then he began to tell them that if you're going to follow me, that you have to deny yourself. And then he tell them, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? And things like that. Then he left that teaching because he hit him through the core. Then he left that teaching, and the scripture says over here in Luke chapter 9, beginning at verse 28, and I'll be reading, I think I'm going to just stay with, no, I think I'll just go in Amplified. Luke chapter 9, verse 28, and remember, I'm speaking on the Three Tabernacles, the Three Tabernacles. Now, about 8 days after these teachings, verse 28, Jesus took with him Peter and John and James and went up on the mountain to pray. And as he was praying, the appearance of his countenance became altered, different, and his raiment became dazzling white, flashing with the brilliance of lightning. Watch this now. And behold, two men were conversing with him, and these two men were Moses and Elijah. So just remember that, Moses and Elijah. Verse 31, who appeared in splendor and majesty and brightness. So they appeared in theirs as well, and were speaking of his exit, of his crucifixion, which he was about to bring to realization at Jerusalem. So they was talking to Jesus. So Moses and Elijah appeared with Jesus while Jesus was in his glory. When Jesus transfigured while he was praying, he transfigured. So see, real prayer will take you in a whole nother spiritual realm. Real prayer take you in a whole nother spiritual realm. Maybe this is why many prayers stay in the flesh, and that's what they reap, flesh. Because real prayer will ascend you to a whole nother realm. A realm that will begin to show God's glory on your life, to show his grace on your life, to show his mercy on your life, to show his awesomeness on your life, which now means that you can push this out to others. So that's why many prayers are empty, because what we push out to other people has nothing to do with God's glory, God's grace, God's power, God's mercy, God's righteous judgment. God's boldness and his depthness of the word. What's that? Verse 32. Now Peter and those with him were weighed down with sleep. But when they fully awoke, they saw his glory, his splendor, and majesty and brightness, and the two men who stood with him. Now these three, Peter, John, and James, they saw this here. They saw these three in their full glory. Why? So it wasn't just Jesus in his majesty and splendor. The scripture said that Moses and Elijah was in theirs as well. Verse 33, and it occurred as the men were parting from him that Peter said to Jesus, Master, it is delightful and good that we are here. And let us construct 3 tabernacles, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah. Watch this. Not knowing what he said. See, a lot of stuff people do in Christianity, they really don't know what they're doing. They've been taught that mess. They don't know what they're doing. They've been taught that mess. So now, the 3 tabernacles are Jesus, Moses, and Elijah. Watch this now. Jesus represents the New Testament. Jesus represents the grace and the mercy. Watch this. Moses represents the law. Elijah represents the prophetic. Watch this now. Jesus said, I did not come to destroy the law of the prophets, but I come to fulfill them. So Jesus came to fulfill the law, which is Moses, and the prophetic, which is Elijah. Now, listen to this here. Verse 33. While he thus spoke, there came a cloud and overshadowed them, and they feared as they entered into the cloud. I'm reading from the King James right now. And there came a voice out of the cloud saying, this is my beloved son. Hear him. Listen now. He said, and there came a voice out of the cloud saying, this is my beloved son. Hear him. Did not say listen to Moses, the law. Did not say listen to Elijah, the prophetic. This is my beloved son, hear him. Because he's the one, he came to fulfill the law. He came to fulfill the prophetic. Jesus came to do 2 things with the law that we couldn't do. Jesus came to redeem us, not from the law, but from the curse of the law. Then he came to fulfill the law, 2 things we couldn't do with it. Then he came to fulfill the prophetic. Everything that was spoken about him prophetically, Jesus came to fulfill all that. Verse 36, last one. And when the voice was past, Jesus was found alone. And they kept it closed and told no man, and told no man in those days any of those things which they had seen. Now, when they looked up, it was only Jesus. It was only Jesus. When the voice passed, when the voice had stopped talking, when God had stopped talking to them, all they saw was Jesus. See, many of you all are still functioning in the law. You're teaching folks this stuff in the law on what you have to obey and do. Because much of Christianity in the church now is all about what you can and can't do. And then you have have this realm in the church to where they want to be so prophetic and have these dreams and tell you about the judgment that's coming, the judgment that's here. So everything that happened, like tsunamis or floods or thunders or killings and everything, oh, God is judging, God is judging. And they have these goofy dreams, and then you see online to where these false prophets, where they have all type of folk, mainly silly women. They have all type of folk on their live, thousands, giving them money. Oh, God said he got a word for you, and if you just bring such and such amount, and I see a number, 474, and they just run it because their ears are itching and they're goofy. So you have these silly women and these soft, weak men aiding and assisting in financing that foolishness. So now you have these two tabernacles that people are really into as of today versus the tabernacle that we are supposed to be engrafted in today, which is Jesus, the Christ. My man, y'all know what I call him? AKA J Buggy. He is the one that can bring a balance to our life. He's the one that can reveal his true nature towards us. He is the one that can make everything all right. Even when we're going through drama. Even when we on the ship and it look like it's flooding, he's right there, chilling, sleep. He's right there. But see, many of y'all function in the tabernacle of Moses, and you want to try to do things to earn his protection, to earn his love, to earn his grace, to earn his mercy. And as a result, you teach other folks that, and you hear that mess out in the streets. And this is why people say all kind of stuff like, oh, you have to honor the Sabbath. And you have to do this, or you got to go to church, or you got to pay your tithe. I mean, folk who don't even go to church, talking about tithing and honoring the Sabbath. Folk who don't even know Jesus. But because they hear that mess from you, the Christian who honor that tabernacle of Moses, you are misleading the people. Then you have folk who talking about, oh, I had a dream and I saw numbers 334. What does that? And that just mean that a squirrel came out the tree and spoke to me about God in this awesome voice. And God told me that he wanted me to open up this here place. God told me to go touch that house over there and just speak that number 334. Go and find a house with the address 334 and touch it. And you don't know that some folk live there and you going to jail. Oh, God told me to go to this certain car lot and look at the number on it and put my hands on it and put some oil on it. This is the false prophetic that y'all getting. This is the tabernacle of Elijah that y'all trying to live out. And God told me to touch it. And it'll be mine not many days hence. And don't know you going to jail. And don't know you going to jail for almost car theft. Look, it's only one tabernacle that we're supposed to be engrafted in. And that's the tabernacle of Jesus the Christ. You cannot be out here presenting to people the tabernacle of law. You cannot be out here presenting to people the tabernacle of the prophetic. You cannot be out here presenting this stuff to people, because you'll be looking spooky. This is why folks want. And then you say that people don't want God. No, they don't want that foolishness you serving. There are many people crying out for Jesus. Many. But they know that what you've been, even in their crying out for Jesus, even in their not having knowledge of who he truly is, they know that what you presenting to them is not him. They know that that's not him. So you're going to have to really make up your mind on watch this here, and I'm done. What tabernacle were you being grafted in? This your boy, Hood Pastor Full Impact Ministries. I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Full Impact Ministries. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Tell everybody about my YouTube channel. And I want you to hit the subscribe button. I want you to share it. I want you to like it. I want you to leave a comment. Check out all my videos. I got powerful videos on there. And I just want you to continue to support my channel, Full Impact Ministries on YouTube. Go subscribe to it right now, right after this here. And watch these videos come up all the time. Hit the notification bell so you can know when I'm bringing something powerful on there again, because I got much more to bring. This your boy, Hood Pastor Full Impact Ministries, the Three Tabernacles. And I'm out. Peace.